Bayona, how are you keeping today?
Very good, thank you.
Fantastic. As the director of one of my favourite horror movies of all time, I have to ask you, what is your favourite horror movie of all time?
Wow, that's a very tricky question because there's so many. I think that probably for me the most meaningful and extraordinary horror movie ever made is The Shining from Stanley Kubrick.
Fantastic. It's a good choice. It's one of my faves too, so we're good so far.
Thank you.
Obviously, Fallen Kingdom is, everyone's describing it as darker, as scarier. As someone who, you genuinely have directed some of my favourite films of the last few years, but how easy or how difficult was it to take a film of this size and make it more personal for you? Because obviously, the more the film goes on, the more I could feel your influence in it. So how easy is it for you to get that across?
From the very first moment, Colin Trevorrow pitched me the story, and he said, we thought about you, we thought that you were the perfect director for this movie because of The Orphanage, which is a small horror movie. And I was so intrigued and seduced about that. And it's true that you will find a massive adventure in the island, and especially the first half of the movie has this playful adventure that everyone is looking for. But then the second section turns into a more tight and claustrophobic story it's almost a horror film. And in that sense, I felt very comfortable in the Jurassic universe.
For that second half, actually, I thought it was fantastic. It was a very different direction to take such a massive blockbuster towards. And I really, really enjoyed it. As I was watching it, I could feel, or I noticed, maybe particular influences from other directors or other kind of horror movies, but were there any that you were using, any nods or any influences when you were making it, for specifically that section of the film?
Well, there was, of course, a big influence of the first Jurassic Park. I think playing with suspense in the second half is something that you already find in the first Jurassic Park, where you have a massive set piece in the center with the T-Rex, but then it turns into this more claustrophobic story with the velociraptors in the kitchen. And that for sure was one of the main influences. But there are some influences there. There is specifically a scene that is very influenced by Dracula, John Badham's version, because there's one scene that you can see the Indoraptor sneaking in through the window of a little girl, and that was already in the script, and it reminded me so much one of my terrors when I was a kid. I remember with 5 years old, I saw John Badham's Dracula, and I saw a scene where you can see Frank Langella sneaking through the window of Mina, and I was so shocked, so terrified. I couldn't sleep close to a window anymore for months, and that was one of the main influences in that scene.
Yeah, that was one of the many, because I was picked it up and I was like, that is fantastic. Like to reference Dracula in Jurassic Park is just amazing in my opinion. And I understand when you were directing your episodes of Penny Dreadful, you did come to Ireland to direct them, is that correct? Do you have any particular fond memories or any, did you hit up any of the tourist spots when you were over there while you were working?
Well, we had a great time shooting Penny Dreadful in Ireland, and especially the crews there, they were so professional. We enjoyed so much working with them. I would love to go back to Ireland and shoot anything else there.
Well, you're always welcome back to record anytime you like, anything at all. You're always welcome.
Thank you.
And I was looking to see what you might be working on next, and it's either under wraps or hasn't been announced yet. Do you know what you're doing next, or have you decided, or are you just going to take a break after this one?
Yeah, I think I'm going to... It's been such a hard work to be working in this movie for 2 years in a very intense way. Now I just get to get some fresh air and think about the next.
And breathe.
And breathe.
Jay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Genetic power has now been unleashed.
You can't put it back in the box.
Blue!
If I don't make it back, remember, you're the one who made me come here. I'll be all right. These creatures were here before us.
And if we're not careful, they're gonna be here after. Welcome to Jurassic World.